Junkies.
All right, we're gonna move on to the other Marvel release that is making the waves right now, and that is Black Widow. Black Widow, the film, debuted last Thursday. Preview night did bananas numbers as far as pandemic related theater releases go. Blew Fast 9 out of the water. Blew Quiet Place 2 out of the water. It was the most watched.
Say Quiet Place 2?
Yeah, it was Quiet Place 2.
Like that movie was going to do any numbers.
Well, at one point, it was the biggest movie for the year as far as like people going to see it.
When did it come out?
It was like 2 or 3 months ago.
Ooh, you're the biggest movie when no other movie thing.
I know. I know. I don't
mean nothing.
I know it's cheating. It's cheating, but it's the truth. It's cheating, but the truth. But still, all right. So Black Widow came out. We got Scarlett Johansson's swan song. What did everybody make of the movie? And Taskmaster and Red Guardian and all of that kind of stuff.
Wolverine Solid X right off the bat said they ruined Taskmaster and he was pissed.
I wasn't pissed about that. I was pissed about Red Guardian.
Yeah. Okay. So let's one at a time. GQ.
No, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Dado. All right, yeah.
I enjoyed the movie. I can understand Wolverine's gripe because I wouldn't say it was wasted. It was for that story. Mm-hmm. And though they could have fit in anything in that story, they could have just made the most badass Black Widow out of there and made it, put a mask on her and not called her the Taskmaster. Mm-hmm. They could have done that.
They could have.
But, her name is also Antonia, which is the Taskmaster's name is Tony.
Tony Masters.
So maybe once the mind control wears off, she may be more.
You're saying like Tony Dreykov is transgender? Like she's really Tony Masters?
Everything. I mean, it could be because everything, is trying to have inclusivity in certain things now.
She's going to drop the Dreykov name and become Tony Masters.
Could.
Gotcha.
Here's how I look at that. And I don't, and again, that's an interesting theory. They called it the Taskmaster Protocol.
Yeah.
They didn't call her Taskmaster 1.
That's also true.
So, which makes you think it was named after something or someone.
Either named after someone or it is literally like you said, I put a chip in the back of her head. Mm-hmm. So it could really become, there is a true Tony Masters out there who either developed that or is going to be the next person that gets that chip.
And I think that could also be, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's just the thing. Just the thing that opened, and to me, it didn't bother. I like the movie. I think I was more upset with Red Guardian being wasted because even in the end, he's supposed to be supposedly either on par, and I've seen people on YouTube say that he's stronger than Captain America, and you didn't get to see any of that.
Well, a lot of the people that did have the super soldier serum after Steve were stronger than him.
Yeah, so... I think we should have saw a little tussle with, Taskmaster or what have you. We should have saw something that we saw him get tossed, and that was basically it. And I'm just like, come on, But I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed Yelena Belova. She's my favorite. She's my favorite. I love her. Yeah, I want her to be the new. She is going to apparently be the new Black Widow, and in all the movies and all because Scarlett Johansson is too popular now. They're probably going to need too much money, so they got to get somebody that can pay less.
No, you're right. And I'm going to turn over to Fallen in a minute. But no, you're right. I'm going to turn over to Fallen in a minute. But Yelena Belova, to me, was like the absolute breakout character. And I read the reports that Florence Pugh had killed it before I even saw the movie. And they were absolutely 100% on point with that. I love her because of her attitude. I love her spunk and just her personality. Just like everything about Yelena. I like her better than I ever liked Natasha. Like, I'm being straight up. I like her better than I've ever liked Natasha in the MCU. She's that much better of a character to me. Fallen, what was your take on Black Widow?
Overall, I think the movie served a purpose. Like, I don't think it's because I know a lot of people were saying that the movie was wasted. Some harsher critics or whatever, but I think the movie served a purpose. I think the movie was good. It wasn't great. I think the one thing I was more disappointed with is I think like I wound up liking Red Guardian less than I thought I would. I do like David Harbour. You can tell he was having a lot of fun with the role. And that's fine. Like, he was entertaining, and it's like I said, for what they were doing, it was fine. but again, like everybody else said, Yelena stole the show,
Yeah.
and I think that was, and obviously that was by design because the whole purpose of the movie was a launching pad for her, and that was fine for me. And I think that's one of the things where they said like, oh, we didn't need a Black Widow movie, but technically, I mean, look, you can argue that it could have come out earlier in the slate. While that's true, obviously the point at this juncture, same with Civil War, that was supposed to be a launching pad for newer heroes.
Correct.
This is the same thing where this is a launching pad for a new Black Widow. And I was
Correct.
perfectly fine with that.
Correct.
Now, the one thing I will touch on, the Taskmaster thing, for me, and I'm gonna be real here, as much as I do like Taskmaster as a character, he was never really that important of a character to where like they really
In the Marvel
needed to,
comics?
like fully.
He
Right,
still isn't.
he wasn't like that much of an important of a character where they needed to fully commit to that character.
Mhm.
So because I get why they did what they needed to do in this story, because at this point it's like Taskmaster as a character, he's really not needed in this story. They needed something familiar to be the obstacle, and which I'm totally fine with. So, and plus, like Dido said, it was a Taskmaster protocol. It wasn't like straight up Taskmaster.
That was
So
GQ.
this is gonna be
That was
like-
GQ, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry, my bad. But just getting it right. But again, it's like I get people, they wanted, some folks want the accuracy and stuff. Like they wanted Taskmaster to be Taskmaster.
Which
And I think Taskmaster base level was still Taskmaster. It just, the personality was a liberty that they took and did a different story with. And I was fine because it serviced the story that they were trying to tell.
exactly.
And I was fine with it.
Yeah, exactly.
So-
That's a great point that you just said. If they did Taskmaster to the accuracy that people were wanting him to, they would have had they would have had to waste time establishing the character, his backstory, and all this other kind of stuff. Would have detracted completely from the story they were trying to tell. Y'all have to remember that this is not about the villain. This is about the heroes.
I know how they could have fixed that in one and two sentences. Taskmaster attacks Natasha on that bridge. She goes, next scene, she's in the freaking Budapest. They fight, tells her about the whole stuff, mentions Taskmaster. It's like, who is this guy? Taskmaster is blah, 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 blah. And he has blah, 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 blah. Oh, okay. And then go on with the story. That would have been
but still, my point is that just like Fallen said, Taskmaster as a character has never really been that important. Yeah, he has a really cool power set, but as a character, he's always been a joke.
And I get what
He's always been either a C or D list
And not
character.
only that, they explained the Taskmaster protocol just by showing what he was doing.
Right.
She was watching footage and downloading fight data, basically. That literally was
She was jacked in the Matrix.
yeah,
Pretty much.
exactly. And it was pretty cool. Sir Hungwell, how you doing there, sir? Did
what's
you
up,
get
Hungwell?
your package?
Look, I'm going to say something real quick, Han. I'm not doing what you asked. It's your fault you didn't go see the movie. And it may be muted right now. It's your fault that you didn't see the movie.
Yeah, it's totally
Read my lips.
dude. It's not like we didn't warn
You
people.
live right across the street from a movie
Oh,
theater.
you really ain't got the excuses. Now, look,
Literally walking.
it's not like we didn't tell people last week, Amarak, that we were doing Black Widow this week. So
That's true. All right, so what'd you think of it?
just saying. I'm sorry.
What'd you think of it?
Much like you guys have said, I thought it was really good. It wasn't great. It wasn't the best MCU movie, but it did exactly what it needed to do. It was a jumping pad for Yelena, who I absolutely love, and had enough interesting characters to keep me interested. Is it immensely rewatchable? Debatable.
It can be.
Yeah, it's debatable. I've heard some people say that there was an argument we was a debate really that we had in the group that some people said that this movie took too much from the from the Winter Soldier.
Some people were saying that.
Yeah, some people were saying it took too much from Winter Soldier, and I said, you're complaining that an action movie lifted from another action movie? Or
In the sense of what the plot or
the plot and the shot. Well, actually, really, it was more of the shots. Like, when he was doing Winter Soldier did the shooting through the window of the hero and did the knife work, and I said, well, he did mimic that.
I mean, yeah,
character.
that's kind of who she was watching.
Right.
She was watching Winter Soldier fight.
Right. So
I don't know.
and
Winter Soldier is kind of a sort of a Russian thing, sort of.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Yeah.
So I would think Dreykov being a Russian, he probably has some of the same techniques and things.
This person was upset that just like Winter Soldier, the final scene took place on an air station in the clouds. Like, what? So what?
They fly a lot.
Right.
They
Like, so
have
what?
helicarriers.
I don't get it.
Yeah, what's the difference between having a helicarrier and have a flying?
Oh, because they're the same. I've seen it before.
Flying. He had a Strider flying
Like,
force.
stop reading comic books.
Or stop watching movies.
Stop playing video games.
Or stop playing video games. Exactly.
Now, some arguments that I have heard, and I think that there's explanations for them, is that folks wonder like how they were able to hide in like the sky for so long.
Oh man, that's easy.
And
come on.
and it's like that's really easily explained.
You know how big the sky is.
Right. How vast the sky is. Never mind that you can generate clouds in the sky if you really want to.
And again, if nobody's looking for you like that, you're probably
Exactly.
good to go.
There you go. Hiding in plain sight is a thing.
All right. So
It's
real quick.
the only people who I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Just really quick. But it's like the only people who really knew about the Red Room for the most part, besides Natasha, was probably Shield and or Hydra. And it's at that point, it's like unless like they really made a point of looking for it, especially when they were under the idea that it was gone. Hiding is pretty easy.
Exactly. And then the thing is, my take on the movie is this. It was really well done. It filled in some plot points that people had questions about. Steven Dorff is an idiot if he really thinks his comments about Scarlett Johansson shouldn't have done this, it was a video game. It's like, dude, Scarlett Johansson not only got paid to be an actor or actress in the movie, she was an executive producer.
Sure was.
So she banked twice, dude. So whatever TV show you're doing, keep doing it. You're not gonna be in the next Blade. And I don't know, just stay in your pay grade, man, because Scarlett's on a whole different level.
Totally.
Pretty much. I mean, nobody really remembers too much of what Steven Dorff did since Blade. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
What did he do before Blade?
Dude, before Blade, I've never even heard of him.
Right. What did he do before Blade? Shit.
I can maybe remember like 4 movies that he was in since Blade, and the movies themselves weren't even that memorable. You had
there you go.
The one weird one with Cuba Gooding Jr. I can't remember what it's called.
I have no idea even what you're talking about.
You got Space Truckers.
Oh.
Alone in the Dark.
Yeah, this fool was in a UA Bowl movie. Let's talk about Scarlet. Come on now. Come on.
And like I said, and he's on some type of TV show, and he did that cigarette commercial or the vaping commercial. That's all I remember. That's it.
Yeah.
True Detective, I think it was.
Oh, he was on True Detective with Mahershala.
Right. And as he was talking trash about him too, I'm like, come on, dude.
Yeah, he's like saying, oh yeah, he'll bring justice.
He's trying to get a job.
He'll bring justice to a window character. Like, man, fuck out of here, dude. Come on, man.
You talk shit about somebody to get you a job.
Well, see, no. He said, he's like, hey, Mahershala Ali will bring justice to a one note character like Blade. Like, what the fuck? Really, man?
Okay, so like Deacon Frost was really that special.
Right.
It's like, come on, dude.
You said your last name is
your last name is Dorff. Here's your L, sir. Exactly.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.